From the University of North Texas, this is NTTV News at Noon.
Why ICE is helping understaffed airports and how it is affecting TSA lines.
What follows the deadly crash at LaGuardia Airport?
And what the United States can expect for their gas prices following global oil supply distributions. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining NTTV News at Noon. I'm Gabriela Cruz.
And I'm Jeremiah Patterson.
Donald Trump pauses potential strikes in Iran.
He's also praising hints at stronger enforcement with ICE.
And a scare at LaGuardia Airport after a reported crash.
Our political pulse anchor Marguerite Calkins has more.
Planned strikes on Iranian power plants and energy sites. The president announced a 5-day pause following what he described as very good and productive discussions over the weekend about ending the conflict. In a social media post, Trump said talks will continue throughout the week, and the decision to move forward with military action will depend on the progress. However, Iranian state media reports Tehran denies any direct negotiations with Washington. The pause comes from rising tensions in the region, including concerns over the Strait of Hormuz and global oil prices. Officials say the situation remains fluid as diplomatic efforts continue. Donald Trump is praising immigration enforcement efforts and signaling he's ready to escalate if needed. Speaking from Palm Beach, the president thanked ICE officers for what he called strong action on enforcement. He also suggested additional federal support could be used if current efforts fall short.
I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard.
Come as immigration enforcement remains a key issue in the ongoing political debate. Investigations are underway today following a deadly collision at LaGuardia Airport. On Sunday night, an Air Canada plane struck a fire truck on the runway, resulting in a tragic accident. President Donald Trump spoke on the incident.
Terrible. They made a mistake. It's a dangerous business. That's terrible.
Officials have not yet confirmed the cause of the error as the NTSB begins its review.
A deadly runway crash at LaGuardia Airport is now under federal investigation. Officials say a plane landing late Sunday night slammed into a Port Authority emergency vehicle on the runway, killing both the pilot and the co-pilot. The aircraft, flying on behalf of Air Canada, had 72 passengers and 4 crew members on board. More than 40 people, including passengers and first responders, were taken to nearby hospitals with injuries. LaGuardia Airport is expected to remain closed in the afternoon as the investigation continues.
A small plane crash in Denton is under investigation after going down just moments after takeoff. The crash happened Friday afternoon near the south end of Denton Enterprise Airport when a Cessna 172P went down in a wooded area shortly after takeoff. Denton fire crews responded around 2:15 p.m., where they found the aircraft in a small bush fire ignited by the impact. Firefighters were able to quickly contain the flames. Both people on board managed to escape the wreckage on their own and were transported to a local hospital with only minor injuries. Officials say the cause of the crash is still unknown. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are now leading the investigation to understand what truly transpired. New concerns tonight over airport security as federal officials consider using ICE agents to support TSA at understaffed airports. It continues to face staffing shortages, leading to longer lines and travel delays across the country. Officials say ICE agents could help with basic tasks, freeing up TSA officers for more specialized screenings. But not everyone is on board.
Things that you encounter that you don't see every day, or situations that arise that don't come up every day. So to just throw them on the checkpoint like that, I think that that is a recipe for disaster. It's going to create chaos.
This TSA worker says without proper training, this plan could disrupt security operations and create even more confusion for travelers. For the first time since October, I finally enjoyed my walk to the studio today. There was actually a nice spring breeze. How about you, Jeremiah?
Well, I wish I could say the same, Gabriella, but that weather is still way too cold for my liking. Our weather anchor Anna Glisson has our first look for weather to see how the next week will play out. Anna?
Well, Jeremiah, I can definitely relate to being a little bit cold when you're walking into the studio, but I'm gonna have to side with Gabriella on this one. The temperature for me is definitely in that Goldilocks zone, so not too hot, not too cold, but just right, and that's what I like. But looking at the temperature today, we're seeing a warm 67 degrees with a feels like at 67 degrees as well. As for our wind speed, we're seeing 13 miles per hour, so it'll be a nice gentle breeze, nothing crazy, nothing knocking off your socks. Jumping into tonight, we're seeing a huge difference, guys. Just kidding. It's the same, but don't let that fool you because the temperatures will be rising and falling as they normally do. You'll be seeing your high around 5 p.m. and it will cool back down to the 67 degrees around 9 p.m. Looking at tomorrow, the conditions are looking similar to today. It will feel like 69 degrees with our actual temperature being 69 degrees as well. Promise I'm not making those numbers up. But as for our wind speed, it will be 10 miles per hour with the sun outshining. So it'll definitely be shaping up to be a beautiful day tomorrow. So make sure you get outside. Make sure you get outside any way you can. Go take a walk, go have a picnic, anything you can do to just enjoy the beautiful day that tomorrow will bring. I'm weather anchor Anna Glisson. That's all I have for you right now for First Look. Let's head back to the desk.
Thanks, Anna. Spring is officially here, and if you're planning to travel this season, experts are urging you to avoid the top 5 warm weather dangers that send people to the emergency room. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on how to avoid these injuries.
To blossom, and emergency rooms are preparing for an influx in patients.
Look, as an ER doc, we see it. Life changes in a second.
Dr. Kevin Friels with Orlando Health says his emergency room sees a surge in injuries this time of year from 5 preventable dangers. First, be aware of heat-related illnesses. Friels says to stay hydrated, be aware of any medications that may cause faster dehydration, and apply and reapply sunscreen. Next, water emergencies, whether it's in the ocean or a pool. He says to have a swimming buddy. If you can't swim, wear a life jacket and don't go in the water above your waist.
Some of the houses they may be renting may have pools. You want to make sure that the pool is fenced. If the pool is not fenced, you want to assign an adult to all the kiddos.
Friel says alcohol-induced falls and head injuries are also a problem. He's seen patients fall or climb on things they normally wouldn't while drinking. And he says to completely avoid cocktail consumption if you're getting on a boat or into the ocean or pool.
Water and alcohol does not mix.
Finally, don't drink and drive and be aware of traffic signs, speed limits, and your surroundings. That includes pedestrians if you're in a vehicle and cars if you're on an e-bike, scooter, or bike. He says it's also critical to wear a helmet.
Prevention matters. You need to be prepared before the vacation and while you're on the vacation.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up, a bone-chilling update about a man and human remains.
And why your visit at the gas pump might make that wallet hurt. Stay with us.
Property Brothers have won! Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
A disturbing case out of Denton County starts at a local cemetery. Police say a 41-year-old man is accused of breaking into a mausoleum and stealing human remains. Investigators say the suspect even told his mother he needed money for a U-Haul because he, quote, had a body to move, end quote, before leaving the house. Authorities later connected him to videos showing what appeared to be human remains inside his home, including a skull believed to belong to the same victim. That situation escalated just hours later in Dallas. Police say the suspect went to an FBI field office and threw a bucket of bones over the fence into a parking lot. He claims he was trying to, quote, get their attention, end quote. An affidavit said that the bucket did contain bones, but whether these bones are human bones remains unclear. The suspect is now in custody charged with abuse of a corpse and being held on a $30,000 bond as the investigation continues.
Gas prices are climbing once again, putting pressure on drivers nationwide. Rising concerns about deeper global energy crisis is underway. Regular gas is now averaging $3.96 a gallon, according to AAA, marking the highest prices since August of 2022. Back then, prices surged even higher, reaching an outstanding record of $5.02 per gallon. Experts say that this spike is being fueled by escalating tensions between the United States and Iran, triggering what some are calling one of the most severe oil disruptions in modern history. The head of International Energy Agency says the situation is even worse than the energy shortages seen in the 1970s. And new data suggests it's already surpassed the impact of the Suez crisis in 1950s. While the impacts of Brent crude dipped slightly Monday morning, uncertainty remains high despite President Donald Trump signaling potential negotiations and ordering a temporary pause in U.S. attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure. And analysts warn that this crisis goes beyond gas prices. Key industries, including liquefied natural gas and fertilizer production, are already seeing major disruptions.
A tragic crash in North Dallas has left a young child dead and a man fighting for his life. Police say Alexis was traveling southbound on North Central Expressway late Saturday night when it slammed into a barrier near the HOV lane entrance. The impact was so severe the vehicle was split apart. Investigators say the driver was ejected from the car while a 5-year-old child was trapped inside of the wreckage. Both were rushed to the hospital where the child later died. The driver remains in critical condition. Authorities are still working to determine what caused the crash and say possible charges are under review. It actually felt pretty nice today.
Yeah, but don't get used to it now.
Hey, never. It's Texas.
Let's check in with our weather anchor, Anna Glisson, before our weather changes once again.
Well, you won't have to worry about the weather being too crazy for today. Right now in Denton, it's feeling quite nice as we saw during our first look, but let's go ahead and look at what the rest of North Texas is seeing. We're seeing a lot of temperatures in the 60s today, and here in Denton, we're feeling a little bit of those high 60s with 67 degrees. As mentioned earlier, McKinney is seeing 69 degrees, Decatur 65. As we go north a little bit, it's getting a little cooler to those low 60s, Bowie with 63 degrees, and Gainesville with 64. Looking to Paris and Sulphur Springs, however, we are seeing it's breaking up into those low 70s, which is nice to see. Paris with 70 degrees and Sulphur Springs at 71 degrees. Zooming out to the rest of the state, we'll see that those temperatures are getting a little bit more of what we're used to seeing here in Texas, a little bit more all over the place. In Abilene and Denton, we all, of course, have those 60-degree temperatures. But if we look at El Paso, Austin, Houston, and Shreveport, we're seeing some nice, warm 70-degree weather. Can't say the same for Amarillo and Oklahoma City, however, as they are stuck in the 50s. Now, if you're looking for some nice, warm weather for the week, well, here it is. Looking at Tuesday, we have 83 degrees with a low of 62. Our high for the week is going to be Wednesday and Thursday at 87 degrees with lows in the mid to low 60s. It'll be cooling down going from Friday to Saturday with a significant dip down to 62 degrees, and it'll be rising back up to those 80-degree temperatures going into next week. So yeah, definitely some beautiful weather we have coming up, so make sure you get outside and enjoy it. I'm your weather anchor, Anna Glisson. Let's head back to the desk.
News of a recent event that happened on campus is making its way around the school, and you should be aware of it. Our Live Shot anchor, Riley Oldenburg, has more. Riley?
A UNT student reported being sexually assaulted inside a residence hall room on March 12th by a man they connected with through social media. The suspect supposedly posed as a student and is a 25 to 27-year-old Indian male. He stands at roughly 5 feet and 9 inches tall. The student who reported the alleged sexual assault said that the man sometimes hangs around the music building on campus. UNT police say that they are investigating and that there is no further information to be released at this time. The crime alert that was sent out emphasized that sexual assault is never the victim's fault and that the alerts are intended to help the UNT community stay aware of how these perpetrators may target victims. NTTV will continue its coverage on this story, but for now, back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Riley. When we come back, why Project Hail Mary is skyrocketing through that box office.
And training for UNT football is back in session. We'll show you more in sports. That was so low.
Why should you join Talons? We are very welcoming to people who may be a little bit hesitant. There's people currently right now in our organization who are in leadership positions who were hesitant before to join, and they found out that they just loved the organization and wanted to be a bigger part of it. They post about the football games, everything they're doing, all their events that they host. What's the best part about Talons? I would say meeting new people, because the university, while it's a kind of small campus in terms of like physical land, there's a ton of people here. And so getting to meet all these people who have so much school spirit and love for this university and wants to spread that to other people, it's kind of like a little miniature family that we're in.
Don't get your hopes up.
Is that it?
That's it.
Nothing can stop me now!
Yeah.
The space adventure starring Ryan Gosling opened with an estimated $80.6 million, Amazon MGM's best debut ever. CNN's David Daniel has more details on Project Hail Mary.
7 years experience.
Okay, not gonna ask you to expand on that.
Reminders of Him fell to 5th place on $8 million in ticket sales.
Whoever wins runs everything.
Everything?
The world.
Ready or Not 2, Here I Come started out in 4th place with $9.1 million. The Hindi action flick Durandar The Revenge opened in 3rd place, earning $9.6 million in fewer than 1,000 theaters.
What's your name, Beaver?
Fable?
Hoppers lost its crown, slipping to 2nd place with $18 million for a domestic total of $120 million.
It is time go.
Think you're being go time, pal.
Project Hail Mary blasted off with $80.6 million, the best debut of the year and the best opening ever for Amazon MGM Studios. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The big screen to the big dance. March Madness is heating up.
Yeah, I heard a lot of brackets were busted. Let's see if our sports anchor Maria Gonzalez has more. Maria?
Thanks, guys. I will be back with a look at the first UNT football spring practice, the latest information on March Madness, and the Stanley Cup playoffs after the break.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Edison Stewart.
And I'm Alexandria Teeters.
Evil lies here. Go, 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 go. Get that, get that. Be gone, evil spirit.
We're NTTV's longest-running Spanish entertainment show, and we're all about culture, creativity, and community in Spanish.
Vámonos.
Last Friday, I had the chance to attend the first UNT football practice. Here's how it went. Had their first spring practice on Friday, March 20th. With a new coaching staff and a big change in roster, they kicked it off.
Fun first day, exciting for me to get out here with this group, and it's been a good build-up. We had 9 weeks in our winter program, really focused on, we had gained some weight in some key position areas, we had to get stronger, and really trying to get this team connected and work on fundamentals. And then today was really our first opportunity to go out and practice and play the game of football, the reason why they're here. And a lot of energy, we've got good depth across the board. And so the spring, we're gonna have a lot of good competition. And we gotta learn how to practice a little better, but that'll come. So excited.
Oh man, first day was good, just a lot of energy. Everybody's excited to be out here, excited to get the opportunity to kind of mesh and see what this thing looks like when we put it all together. I think from day one, this was a day that was circled on the calendar and what it would look like. And I feel like in a lot of ways exceeded expectations, and in a lot of ways it's just, you would look at it and say it's day one, and you would find a way to go back to the drawing board and fix the mistakes and get back to it. But the energy and the effort was just exactly where we wanted to be. So
Coach Brown surely has bonded with the team, and the players express it.
It was great, to be honest, like being back here with Coach Brown. Like I was with him at West Virginia for 2 years, loved the staff, and like I was in Missouri, came here, I was like, why not be back with my guys? I feel like we all have like the same impression of Coach Brown. From the day we met him, like really good dude, like you can tell he cares about us, he wants to put things in place for us to have success.
For NTTV News, I'm Maria Gonzalez.
The Sweet 16 bracket is set. The defending champion Florida is out, while seed 11, Texas, has made it to the first stage. The number 3 seed, three of the number 1 seeds, Duke, Arizona, and Michigan, are still in the tournament. All of the 4 number 2 seeds, Purdue, Iowa State, UConn, and Houston, continue in the tournament. The next games are on March 26th, with starting Purdue versus Texas at 6:10 p.m., Nebraska versus Iowa at 6:30 p.m., Arizona versus Arkansas at 8:45 p.m., and Houston versus Illinois at 9:05 p.m. The Dallas Stars clinched their playoff spot yesterday, although they lost their game 3-2 last night against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They managed to get the playoff spot after Utah Mammoth beat the Los Angeles Kings 4-3 in overtime later that day. This is the Stars' fifth straight to the playoffs, and the 21st playoff appearance. The Stanley Cup playoffs start on April 18th, but the game schedule is not clear yet. With sports, I'm Maria Gonzalez. Back with you guys at the desk.
Jeremiah, in Texas, you have to be careful with objects in the air like hail or dust, but one woman encountered something she would have never expected.
Yeah, one Houston woman heard a loud boom and found a meteor on her floor. Now, the rock was confirmed by NASA to be a part of a larger meteor exploding over northwest Houston. She told KTRK that this is a once-in-a-lifetime situation and she plans to keep her meteor. Yeah.
On the floor. And it just scared me to death. And I'm like, everybody back out, get out the room. I said, I don't know what this is, but I said, this might be a meteor.
You know, it was kind of strange how that meteor landed in Houston and NASA's also in Houston.
Yeah, the next Star Wars probably will be shot in Houston.
For sure. Thank you guys so much for watching NTTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow here at noon here on North Texas Television.